Scarefest Radio is sponsored by Blue Leaf Naturals, CBD and hemp oil products. Created with care from seed to shelf. BlueLeafNaturals.com. Spirit Mechanics, for your spiritual health and well-being. Find them on Facebook. MECHANIX. And by Coyote Chris Sutton, bringing light to the darkest places. CoyoteChris.com.
Viewpoints and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Final words. As God is my witness, if you touch my family, I will follow you to the gates of hell.
Don't go any further than Bone Lake, you hear?
Yes, Mama.
So the name, like, Hell's Half Acre?
Yeah.
I mean, why would we not want to stop and check it out? Really? Come on.
Hell's Half Acre is known to most folks in this area as a very strange and eerie place with a long history.
You do know that's a dead-end road, don't you?
Thank you, sir. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
I got a bad feeling about this one, guy. I got a bad feeling.
Mommy?
And hello everyone, and welcome to Scarefest Radio. The original broadcast date is March 1st. March 1st, the beginning of meteorological spring, as they say. Not that I ever say it, obviously, because I can't pronounce the word. But I do want to welcome everybody to Scarefest Radio, we got another week of winter, and then I understand the groundhog comes off vacation, and we're back in business, as they say. Tonight we have Shannon Stockin, a.k.a. Michelle McCobb. She will be joining us here in just a moment. My co-host for the evening, after a long absence other than that train wreck of a Scarefest Radio holiday episode, is Mr. Billy Crank. Billy, welcome back to co-hosting duty.
Hey, good to be back here, hanging out.
It's kind of weird. For a while there, I was using you all the time, Billy, and then this all of a sudden it's like I forgot you existed. I don't know. But anyway, so we got Billy. We got the actor and comedian, and hey, Billy, I've seen your commercial. I've seen your commercial that's playing on TV.
Awesome, man. I'm glad everybody's seeing it while it's on there, because you never know when they're going to get off, and normally I'm on there for a short amount of time, so. Well, glad everybody's seeing it.
I just hope you're drawing a check every time they play that commercial. That's all I got to say.
Oh man, I wish.
Now, now for those of you who tune in for the free crap, we are going to give away at the 30-minute mark via Twitter. I'm going to do it on Twitter tonight because last week Facebook was a train wreck. We're going to do it on Twitter. So at the Scarefest, we will give you a hashtag or a phrase or something to tag at the Scarefest with, and we will give away we're going to give away one of our window decals, our Scarefest window decals. We'll show you a picture of that closer to the half-hour mark. And announcement-wise, hey, we're in March. If you're wanting to speak at the Scarefest, if you're wanting to present a seminar, people, it's time to do it. March 31st. I guess there's 31 days this month. I have no freaking idea. Anyway, the end of the month, there is that's it. That's when they want all the applications in. So if you're wanting to speak, they actually have the first round pretty well picked out, but there are still spots available for you to present at the Scarefest. And I am absolutely positive there was something else I was supposed to announce, and I didn't write it down. So I'm going to look at my notes real quick before I get to my guest. No. Nope, that's about it. Other than go to scarefestradio.com and buy some damn t-shirts. We have the gift shop set up at scarefestradio.com. If there are no places on this earth, people, to buy $5 vintage Scarefest t-shirts. We've got a whole bunch of them on that. We've added some sizes, so if you want to add to your t-shirt collection with some really cool designs, the scarefestradio.com gift shop is online. So there we go. Now, welcome Shannon to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, my first question right out of the gate is going to be, okay, your nom de plume, I don't even know if that applies if you don't write books, your AKA, your stage name, Michelle Macabre. Now, it's a great name, but it doesn't imply Shannon. Where did you come up with Michelle Macabre?
Well, it's actually Michelle Macabre. We went with that, but Michelle is actually my middle name, so it's Shannon Michelle. And when I started helping Timo and Harley show, we had to come up with a character name. So Timo Saban actually came up with, hey, let's take your middle name and add Macabre, but call it Macabre. So that's what happened. That's how it is.
Macabre is a correct pronunciation. I'm from Kentucky. You're lucky I didn't have to sound it out the way it was. Okay, Michelle Macabre, in deference to getting it right. Now, I want to tell the viewers how I came across Shannon.
Okay.
Now, it's not unusual for me to have somebody on my Facebook feed. I occasionally get followed by some pretty famous people. Or people that are especially in the paranormal world. I got paranormal guests coming out the wazoo, teams and everybody that want to be on with me. But I was just going through my Facebook feed, as we are apt to do, and I came across this lovely, lovely picture of her holding a disembodied head with the brains hanging out. And apparently, this was like her weekend project that she had done. And now on the screen, everybody, right now, you'll see I've actually put together a slideshow of a bunch of her makeup effects. So I don't even care if you can act, Shannon. I want to tell you, the gory makeup effects that you have sent me pictures of and that I've seen on your Facebook feed, you're doing it right, young lady.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now the natural question to that is, what, and it's in your bio, but I'm going to let you tell the story. How did you get into doing makeup effects?
Well, it's my dad's fault, because my dad used to do a lot of little B movies and haunted houses, and he would make props and things for haunted houses. So I was his little, tag along and all of that. So that was pretty fun. And so just watching him and growing up and, being able to, be his little victim for all of his props he would make for haunted houses and stuff was pretty cool. I think I was like the only kid in middle school that had like a fully working guillotine in their bedroom, and a coffin. And
maybe not. Okay, go ahead.
He would make all these elaborate props and stuff, and I would just kind of, kids at school were like, okay, stay away from her, But no, just growing up, he taught me what he knew, and I've always had a love for it. And he introduced me to horror, and I've just always loved it. So it's all his fault.
There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
that's why I farm. My dad farmed. Your dad made gory makeup effects. They are really impressive. Some of them in particular. Now the brains, okay. Let me just ask you about the brains. I don't even know if we have a picture of that one or not. I'm sure some of that. Most of this is like cornstarch and Karo syrup. I don't know, but the
No.
I don't know. Like I would know. The what is okay? Let me phrase it this way. When we're talking about makeup effects, like right now we got the bloody hand. What are your mediums of choice? What do you find most useful to do? This one is gross, people. She's shaving the skin off of her legs. So if you're listening on the radio portion, the audio only, you're not even getting the full effect of it. So what are your mediums of choice?
It's just when I'm just messing around on myself, like a lot of this, I'm just using. I love old school techniques, even though I know how to do, the most current things and most current techniques. It's just messing around on myself. I like to do, the Lon Chaney old school cotton latex tissue, and just goring it up. And but, for film and things like that, of course, like with the brain you were talking about, that was like a 2-week process where I actually molded, because I do a lot of sculpting. And I do molding of prosthetics and, run them in latex or silicone or what have you. And that was actually, I molded that brain by hand and filled the styrofoam head with it. And actually, I do hair punching as well for masks and things. So I actually hair punched all of the hair around that and just hand painted it. And goried it up, as best we could. And I can't give away too much, but it turned out really great on screen for the short we just filmed not long ago. So it turned out really good.
I'll put it this way. It turned out really good for Facebook, so I just can't imagine what it's going to look like actually on film. Billy, over to you. Oh, we're losing Billy. Billy.
I'm losing Billy.
No, you're there. There you go. Now, I think you've started back again. Try again.
Hey, man. Hello.
There we go.
Hi.
Now you're on the air.
Hello. Wow. It always falls on me to have the most difficult time trying to do this Scarefest radio thing on Skype for some reason. How you doing, Shannon? Glad to have you with us tonight.
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, taking the time out and hanging out with us. What's the most challenging? What's the time effects? What's challenging for you?
What's the most challenging in doing effects? You're kind of breaking up. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
It's really not, actually. It's something I enjoy doing. It's a passion of mine. So nothing to me is really difficult. I think my thing is I'm a perfectionist. So if I don't like something, I'm going to scratch it. I'm going to do it 100 times until it's exactly how I want it to be. But that's just me. It's not daunting. It's not, overwhelming or anything. It's just something I love to do. So I don't look at it as a challenge, like as a hard challenge. I look at it like a creative challenge, and I'm just, using all of my creativity just to try to make it right. So it's not really, I guess if you weren't used to doing something like that, I guess, I could see where it would be a challenge, but it's something I love doing.
It's something you enjoy doing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
What's some memorable responses you had, like your best feedback?
everybody seems to really love the reverse bear trap that I made from the first Saw movie. I actually cosplayed that at last year's Scarefest when you guys had the Saw reunion, and I don't know, just one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build Saw bear trap, you know. So it was just one of those things. And I just set my mind to making it, and it took me 3 months to actually make it because, you know, I worked full time and was coming home and tinkering with it. And so everybody really, really loves that just because it's completely made from cardboard. I made it all cardboard, the padlock, everything, the gears, everything is complete cardboard. But the way I guess I painted it, it looks like, you know, it's like real metal. So everybody gets a kick out of that. They really love that one. So that's the most liked, I think.
Awesome. Well, at the moment, I'm going to pass it right back over to Wes.
Okay,
everybody. I'm going to apologize for Billy's audio quality. He's in the middle of nowhere. So apparently the internet gods are not being kind tonight, but we'll try to keep him on the line. We're going to go and take our first commercial break, everybody, with our new sponsor, Mama Ruby's family of holistic and spiritual shows. Have you checked out the Mama Ruby's family of metaphysical and spiritual shows? The Mystical Fair in Lexington, Kentucky, Lexington's only monthly psychic and holistic healing arts fair. The Inner Light Festivals in Louisville in June and Lexington in November. And watch for Mama Ruby's Expo coming in 2020. Plus, Mama Ruby's Meta Lecture Series, featuring interesting guests speaking on fascinating subjects. Start your journey now at mamarubies.com for more information. And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Radio. Tonight we're talking to Shannon Stockin, and she is a makeup effects artist and an actress. I do want to ask a quick question here about Hell's Half Acre. First, we were talking about before the show. Now, everybody, that was a trailer that you saw at the beginning of the show. Hell's Half Acre. It's a short. It's available on YouTube. And if you, I learned that if you type it to search for it, now we'll put it on the archive on the site, but if you will actually search for Hell's Half Acre full movie, then it will come up because apparently there are like Hell's Half Acres in all 50 states. That's all I can figure. We have one like 10 minutes from here. Hell's Half Acre. You wouldn't think that would be something that people would jump at naming stuff. Now I did want to without giving spoilers for the short, but now the premise of it is basically you play a paranormal investigator. I did just want to ask, now, was that just something that you lucked into at being part of the project, or are you into the paranormal? Is that something that you actually know something about?
Actually, I have had a few experiences. We won't go into that because it's kind of crazy and strange, but you know, it's one of those things where I feel like if you see it, then you believe it, you know, kind of thing. And I've had a couple of things happen. But actually Chad Fuller, he was the director, Chad and Matt Green, from Fuller Productions, they actually contacted me through Facebook, and I had done some music videos and a couple other movies previous to that. And, they contacted me about, you know, doing this role, for the film and helping with the effects on it. And so I was like, you know, heck yeah, you know, that's going to be awesome. So that's how that came about. So
okay, that's kind of a standard question because I am so into the paranormal. Anytime that I come across a horror in other words, anytime I can combine the two genres, it just
right.
it just makes my day. Now, going back to your history a little bit before we get to your current projects, have you always worked in something artistic? I mean, you were a floral designer, a certified cake decorator. Which incidentally, after seeing your horror makeup effects, I don't even know if I want to see your cakes. But is that was what took you in those directions? Was it the artistry, or was it just you needed a paycheck and nobody was buying latex masks at the time?
I mean, I started out actually. I've always done business retail, and I, started with just getting my business management certifications and degrees and stuff in that. Mainly like in grocery retail is where I started. So, and just doing the different certifications, I was able to go into learning how to do cake decorating and floral design and stuff. And, and when I started doing it, I was like, hey, I love this so much better than management. This is so cool, because it's an outlet, And so yeah, I kind of like ditched the kind of management thing for a little bit and focused on doing the cake decorating because it was way more enjoyable. And the floral design and stuff. And of course I got to do casket sprays and stuff and deliver to funeral homes. So, it kind of makes sense.
So I believe in we call that immersion. Now I am going to, the full circle is, the producer says. Now I do want to ask you, because it came from the chat room, I know the answer, but it's a great compliment. They actually ask in the chat room if you are the girl from Saw.
No, but I wish.
I knew that you would have bothered to put that on your IMDb if you had been the girl from Saw. That's how I knew the answer to that. But but now that does kind of take us back to what you were talking about. You said you did the bear trap thing? Now I don't remember which person got their head stuck in the bear trap. But I will ask, did that, when you saw that movie, apparently you have this great resemblance to someone. Did you notice that when you watched the movie, or?
Actually, Shawnee Smith played that role, and I don't think I look like Shawnee Smith whatsoever.
No, I'll grant you that. You're both lovely ladies, don't get me wrong. But apparently you look like somebody in Saw. So
I guess. I don't know. I love Shawnee Smith. She actually she complimented the bear trap last year at Scarefest, and she really loved it. So this is the second time that she's complimented me on it. So that was pretty cool, coming from the lady herself, So it was awesome.
Now I do another thing from your past that I want to ask you about. You co-hosted a horror podcast.
I did. Yeah.
Dude, were you the gosh, misogynistic phrases pop through my head for no reason. Were you the beauty? Were you the eye candy for it, or were you are you that deeply into the horror industry that you were brought on as an expert?
Actually, it's a little bit of both. And I met Tim O'Savin and Ben Harley at a convention. They were, at the time, they were looking for, because they did a lot of conventions. So it was kind of like Cable Girl, that would be perfect. But then also, too, to have that correlation on the show as well, so when we did conventions, like, it's Michelle Macabre and she's at the table and, that kind of thing. So that's how that all came about. So it's a little bit of both. And I do, know a lot about horror, so it made sense. And I cosplay all the time. So it was, helping out at the tables and doing, making that correlation between me being the co-host also, and cosplaying at the table as well. So
you were a booth babe, weren't you?
Yes, I think so.
See, Brandon
Yeah,
Griffith. We need
job.
booth babes. We need booth babes. The Now I do have one of these pictures, which it probably won't pop up now, that I do want to ask you about.
Okay.
And it might just be that you were just doing a cute pose, because I looked at the picture and I said, other than the eggs looking a little funky, the picture of you with the skillet and the apron, was that just a sexy pose, or was that signifying something that I'm missing?
No, it was just a photo shoot that I did while I was down in Texas. I was working for Girls of Darkest Corners, doing some horror modeling for them. And it was a 2 week stay in Texas. And we just did a bunch of different photo shoots we were working on a calendar at the time and the website. And it was like, hey, let's make some bloody eggs and bacon. I got an
Okay, so that's...
You know?
I could... The bacon looked normal. And I said, you know, some people eat ketchup on their eggs. You know, it didn't strike me as being overly horrified. So I just wanted to ask that. And it figures when I talk about it, that picture does not pop up on screen, of course. Now, one more thing. And I've lost my train of thought here because I got off on eggs. But I know what it was. I was going back to your expertise in horror. I wanted to know what is... Now, you kind of played homage there earlier to the 80s, the natural effects, the original thing. What is your favorite genre? I shouldn't say genre of horror. Horror is a genre. What are some of your favorite movies? What inspires you most in the horror industry?
My favorite movie at the very top has got to be Dead Alive. The gore is so over the top, and there's so many like just humorous moments, and it's just all of this stuff coupled together, and it's just so out there and crazy, and it's just it's everything that I love all wrapped up into one movie, so and it's just an out there story, it's not like just a serial killer or a mass murder or anything like that. It's just like these crazy wonky ideas, of like all this stuff wrapped into one. And the gore is completely over the top, and as you know, that's my thing. So but yeah, that's one of my favorites. But I love like any of the cheesy 80s horror movies, some of the trauma stuff I love. And of course, Michael Myers, Jason, all of the classics I do love. So yeah, it's Dead Alive. It's got to be. It's number one. So.
So she likes the gore, Billy. Over to you.
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you right now.
All right. All right, Shannon, what is your dream project? What would you actually love to be working on?
Well, actually, a lot of that is coming true this year, so I'm very blessed and thankful for that. I've always wanted to be, without giving away too much info here, I've always wanted to be a vampire killer in a movie. So, without saying anything further, so yeah, dreams are coming true, so that's really cool. So I'm happy about that.
Okay. Well, thus far, what's been your favorite project that you've worked on?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard because I mean, I've had fun on all the projects that I've done. And everybody that I've been able to work with has been awesome, and keeping in touch afterwards, and it's just awesome people all the way around. So it's hard to just nail it down to one. Because they've been really cool. So.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable. I love something that much, and I can testify to loving what you do. It's hard to So, but okay, this message was to me through Messenger here. It was a question somebody wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Let's see. One of them was, what's the key to being memorable? And the other is, what advice would you give an aspiring artist looking to work in films?
Memorable. I think what happened with me was I wanted more than just Shannon. And I've always loved like Elvira and, things like that. So I was trying to find my niche with that character that we came up with. And I just played into it. And so that's where a lot of people remember, or, it's memorable that I'm Michelle Macabre and, oh, she did, this or she did that. She cosplayed this or that or whatever. And so I think just, getting that, having a separate kind of character to let your creativity flow, and then also being able to separate it from your normal everyday life, is awesome, because you have that outlet where you're, this total other person, but yet you're still this normal person, and you can keep it separate from the fandom and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to be able to do that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, greatly appreciate your time, Shannon. I wish you the best of luck on your career and everything. Appreciate it, and I'm going to pass it over to Wes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody, we're at the bottom of the hour. We're going to go ahead and take our second commercial break. We'll be right back with more Scarefest Radio. Everyone is talking about CBD oil. Most of us know that CBD is a cannabis compound that has significant medical benefits, but does not make people high. Its benefits include pain relief, anti-seizure properties, anxiety relief, fights cancer, reduces the risk of diabetes, and it is even used as a sleep aid. Blue Leaf Naturals CBD and hemp products are full-spectrum hemp extract oils. They use only hemp grown in Kentucky, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses and helping you and your family stay healthy and well. Blue Leaf Naturals, created with care from seed to shelf. Visit their website at blueleafnaturals.com. Blue Leaf Naturals, a Kentucky proud company. And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Radio. We're talking tonight with Michelle Macabre, Ms. Shannon Stocking, makeup effects and actress. Real quick, we're going to do the giveaway. Okay, everybody, to win a Scarefest, here's a picture of it. Here, to win a Scarefest window decal, or you can put it on anything. I don't give a shit. But it's a window decal. We will mail it to you, so I will have to get your address. But if you will go on the Twitter, tag at the Scarefest, and if you're on Twitter and you're not following the Scarefest, then you're not my friend anyway. At the Scarefest, horror cake. You don't even have to hashtag it. I'm watching it. If you'll tag at the Scarefest with horror, I want horror cake. Give me a piece of horror cake, anything, because I am just convinced that I have already given her her next business idea. Because she is. That's where I wanted to go next. Okay, first of all, everybody, now we're going to talk about her future projects or current projects and everything, but the Michelle Macabre branded merchandise, hand-sewn vintage horror pillows. Incidentally, now I don't know anything about your horror pillows, but I did watch New Year. What was the name of it? New Year, New You. And pillows make really shitty weapons. I'm just going to tell everybody that. Organic battery products and horror-themed Christmas ornaments. Now that excites me. Where are you at? Before we get back into the movie part of it, where are you at as far business wise? How have you developed this, and where can we find Is that mostly trade shows? Where can we find horror-themed Christmas ornaments, for example?
Well, the Christmas ornaments is something that my daughter and I took on this year as just a project, and I had made some Jason hockey mask magnets in the past, and to sell, at conventions or whatever. And she was like, you know what? I think I want to make some Christmas ornaments. We can do because I got a black Christmas tree this year. And she was like, we should do a horror Christmas tree. And I'm like, hell yeah. So yeah, so we're going to do it.
Okay, first, I got to pause you for a moment. Where does one find a black Christmas tree?
I actually got it at Walmart. I did. Yeah.
It was down that little side aisle by the lawn and garden, wasn't it? The one where they put like, who the fuck ordered that aisle? But anyway, okay. There's my F-bomb for the evening. But no, that is immersion, total immersion, everyone. Okay. Now, what all are you working on now? I've I watched Hell's Half Acre. I saw some promise. What? But now you've got some bigger and better projects. It sounds like coming out. What can you talk about with us?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? There's so much. I have a list here. No, actually just finished another short that's going to be part of the wraparound anthology. We wrapped it up in December, and that one is going to be with Nightfall Pictures out of LA, and hopefully the end of this year or the beginning of next year, that one's going to come out. That one was kind of like a I don't know, like backwoods redneck killing and scalping and all this stuff. So that was kind of cool to work on. So I did do the effects for that one as well, and I have like a small role in that one. So that's going to be fun. Let's see. We just finished one last weekend. We just wrapped up, and this one's coming out pretty fast. So this one should be out in the next month or so, and it's going to be coming straight to DVD and probably some streaming VODs as well. But it's also a short film that we just did called Cosmic Desires, and it'll be part of, it's called Zombarella House of Horrors. So that's going to be part of that, and that's from director Tony Masiello of SOVHorror.com.
That sounds interesting.
So we'll have copies of that here in the next month or two. So that'll be the first one that's coming out pretty fast and quick. So that one's going to be good.
Hey, a good rule of thumb I have found is anytime the name has Rella in it, that there's going to be some content there. Now I do.
You can buy it and see.
I am. Okay, now here's my deal though. Now I'll tell you, I will stream the shit out of it. I will go on, I will rent it, I will do whatever I have to do. But I heard on TV the other day, even Netflix is thinking about getting rid of DVDs. We gotta find another way to do this stuff, people. But I stream a lot of horror when I can find it. So get on Amazon Prime. That's what I'm saying. Get on Amazon Prime.
Well, and it will be. A lot of the stuff coming out is going to be heavily distributed internationally and nationally, and will be on Amazon Prime and some other VOD platforms as well. And then one of the next things that I'm working on is with Tim Ritter, who I'm doing a lot of these projects with, and he's known for Truth or Dare. There's a lot of Truth or Dare 1, 2, and 3. Creep, I've got the poster back here for that. And Screaming for Sanity, Wicked Games. So they're doing a Blu-ray special re-release of all of those, which all of those are streaming on Amazon Prime. And I'm going to be doing behind the scenes commentary for all of the movies that will be added to the new special edition Blu-ray release of all of those. So that's super cool. That'll be fun. So,
very quickly, everyone, we did have a winner on Twitter, and it is the wonderful crowd at fakeshimp.net, who I know Billy is quite familiar with. Fakeshimp.net. You all have one.
Yeah.
I thought they were like in Australia or some bullshit.
They are. They are.
Then I'm going to give you the damn sticker, and you can get it to them, because I'm not paying postage to Australia. That is not in my budget.
Hey,
that is
when they fly over here, for sure.
There we go. Billy Crank will have your decal when you all get over here. Because
no, I thought that was for a free ticket.
No, that was for a decal. Free ticket I can do through email. That's easy. I can't email them a decal.
Heck yeah, I'll get it to them. No problem.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll make sure y'all get it if you have to wait till Scarefest. But you will get your window decal. There's the eggs. There's the picture of the eggs. So
yeah.
So you've got some stuff in the pipeline now. If
yes. Yep.
Billy, I better give you the last 5 minutes of this segment. We're gonna run out of time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Speed question time. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, goodness.
Do you have a preference for film or theater? Like, the effects?
Definitely film. Yeah. Theater is so fast-paced and moving, and I did a little bit of that, coming out of high school, and it was a little too fast-paced for me. I need time,
Right on.
Yeah.
So I heard you earlier at the beginning of the interview. Would you say that your dad was an inspiration to you developing a passion for this kind of work?
Oh, most definitely. He's always supported me and everything. My mom didn't really care too much about all of it. She just kind of let Dad and me do whatever, she didn't really care. But he's always supported me in everything that I've done. The effects, the movies, the horror modeling, all of it. So yes, definitely. Yep.
Yep. I agree with that. Family is very important, especially in the beginning stages of you trying to develop and think of what you want to do with your life and using your creative energy and focusing into something. So, family's very important. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my mom kicking me out the car door. I better get in there. She's going to kick my butt. So I can thank my mom for that. But I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. I wish you the best of luck. You're awesome, creative, and I look forward to seeing more of your work.
Thank you so much.
You're
okay.
To you. Yes.
Okay. Now, Shannon. I was one question short. The professional radio, everyone. Professional radio and TV. No, I was going actually. Now, okay, I actually did have a question. The
okay.
Going with horror effects now.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk. What is? It sounds stupid to say what is your favorite horror effect, but what do you feel you are best at? What I understand, you turn some heads with the bear trap, but when it comes to what do you feel like your specialty is? In other words, if somebody said, "I need somebody to do whatever," you're going to go, "I got that licked."
Okay. My specialty is blood and gore. If the gorier, the better. Let me blow up some brains, or let me, tear some limbs off, or do some throat slitting. That's my thing. Setting up all the squibs and stuff for the blood flow, and just, I don't know. I'm crazy. I don't know. I just like it.
So but okay,
You know?
well, you mentioned squib, so you're not just in the makeup effects. That falls into special effects, because at that point, you've actually got to spill the blood. Now, the follow up to that is is there anything that you have either wanted to try or have attempted for screen that you have not mastered yet? Is there anything that's humbled you so far in your artistry?
And once again, it falls back to the same thing where I'm such a I'm a perfectionist. So there's been times where I've shot a scene and I'm like, damn it, I could have done that so much better. So I'm so hard on myself just to make things right. And so to me, that's very humbling, because I want to get it right. I want to give it like 110%. And sometimes I think I am, but I'm also falling short at the same time, if that makes any sense.
No, okay. You're a perfectionist. I can roll with that. So in other words, there's nothing you haven't been able to do, but sometimes you still think, I could have one more. What the hell is this? One more piece of glass out of the face. Whatever. I love the slideshow, by the way. The only ones I deleted from the slideshow were some of the montages, because they weren't big enough for the screen. Beyond that, that is absolutely awesome. The slit down the face. We're going to go ahead and take our final commercial break. Everybody, you are watching Scarefest Radio. Do you feel lost in life? Do you seem to be stuck in emotions that are not yours? Is your home not the sanctuary it should be? Contact Spirit Mechanics, where they take a team approach to your metaphysical and spiritual problems. Spirit Mechanics specializes in aura cleansing, stone attunement, attachment removal, and house cleansings. Spirit Mechanics tailors their approach to your individual spiritual path and needs. Find them every month at Lexington, Kentucky's Mystical Fair, mysticalfairlex.com, or on Facebook by searching Spirit Mechanics, that's MECHANIX. Spirit Mechanics, for your spiritual health and well-being.
Coyote Chris Sutton.
Shamanism.
Spiritual advisement.
Paranormal investigations.
Inspirational presentations.
Bringing light to the darkest places for over 20 years. Go to coyotechris.com to learn more. And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Radio. Tonight we are talking to Shannon Stockin, Michelle Macabre, to get the pronunciation the way she likes it. Now, one thing I kind of glossed over. Now, you've actually done quite a bit. Well, we touched on it, but quite a bit of modeling. And I actually did look at some of your the online versions of some of the magazines. I guess the question is, what are you approached to do modeling wise?
Just about anything. I've been approached with everything, and I obviously have turned down quite a few offers. And that.
Hasn't everybody online?
Right.
But the offers that you do accept, the ones that people cannot, which we'll put all the links in that you gave me into the show notes. But I do want to, are you normally, okay, here's the way I'm going to ask it. I follow a couple of these online magazines online. There's one in particular, I can't believe these people are not doing a calendar, Gorgeous Girls, Gore, Gorgeous Girls. What do most of them that you do accept, that you pursue, are they approaching you because you're just a, pardon the expression, hot little blonde, or are you doing more horror modeling?
It could be both. I mean, honestly, like I've been approached because, hey, you're a hot little blonde. Let's do modeling. And those I try to, I tend to stay away from because there's always a hidden agenda. And I'm in this for business purposes. I'm not in this for, the bullshit. I'm not doing it. That's just not me. And I still have my morals. I may be a crazy horror chick, but I have morals. I'm a parent, I'm not going to do any of that crazy stuff. It's just not me. I'm too old for that, So it's like, yeah, no. And a lot of it, that's what I started doing was modeling horror t-shirts for vendors, doing that kind of stuff and just doing like coming up with my own ideas, doing my cosplay modeling. So it's always been some sort of horror something, or if somebody says, hey, I need you to, like the black and white photo that showed there, that was for like a heavy metal type photo shoot. So I was like, okay, I can be a metal chick. That's cool, goes along with horror, so did that, and I've done music videos and done posters for bands and things like that too, that get plastered all over, cities and stuff. So it's always been that correlation between like the metal bands, rock and horror, and it just all goes hand in hand, and I've done a few like boudoir type photos and things like that too, just to kind of have, the little sexy sides there, but nothing ever revealing as to being nude or anything like that. And I honestly don't think that you have to be completely nude to be sexy and to, model and, do your thing.
Oh, absolutely not.
You don't have to show everything.
I do want to point out that the absolute worst picture in the entire slideshow was playing while she was talking about boudoir photos, and it totally blew the mood.
Oh.
But no, I absolutely agree with you, and that's actually what I like about that page that I mentioned that I follow is it's just mostly girls with tattoos, but otherwise, do you have any tattoos? No, I don't even need to know. But it's but just being themselves. It's not
right.
anything outlandish. Now, finally, the last part of the show here. We got a few minutes left. Tell people. Let's get some plugs in here. Let's tell people where to go to follow Shannon Stocking to find out more about her. Of course, on Facebook. STOCKIN. That's the best advice I can give anybody. I'm surprised that I didn't find a Michelle Macabre Facebook page.
I actually had one of those for a long time, and I had, I don't know, tons and tons of fans for that and everything. And some people, sometimes people get a little overzealous and they like to start shit. And, I don't have time for that. I'm sorry, and you block them, and then it's like, and then you have the Facebook algorithms where, if I post something about Michelle, it doesn't get seen. But if I post a meme or something stupid, of course it gets like, tons of likes. And that's not what my page was about, Right. So I'm like, just never mind. I'll just integrate my regular page into my Michelle page, and that's what I've done. And then I also just recently, not long ago, just started with the Instagram. And so there's that. And then also my IMDb page, I have that up for my movies and bio and stuff like that as well. And then, that's about it, because it's hard to keep up with just Facebook, where I'm so busy. It's hard to keep up with just, one thing. But so yeah, I'm trying. I'm still struggling.
Well, everyone, I want to thank Shannon for coming on tonight. So look her up on Facebook and Instagram. I guess you're under Shannon Stocking on Instagram.
Yeah.
But so that's Shannon STOCKIN. And look her up on Facebook. If nothing else, follow her on Facebook just to see some of the fantastic effect. Every now and then she just out of random just post one of her makeup effects, and it makes the whole day worthwhile. I'm going to say that what I have seen has been very impressive. Everybody, this has been the episode. I do invite everybody that's watching live to stay tuned. In just about 5 minutes or so, Scarefest Radio's Body and Spirit, brought to you by Mama Ruby's family of metaphysical and holistic shows. We'll be right back with that. Thanks for watching tonight.